Welcome to another edition of the Wranglers Roundup, talking Northern Arizona Wranglers football with Coach Les Moss and the Wranglers broadcast team of James Poovey and Ed Cole. Let's ride.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside the Colt Grill here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona. Another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup on the air. James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, great to be back together again, talk a little bit more Northern Arizona Wranglers football. Last time we got together, there was a pretty big game inside the Finley Toyota Center against a pretty big, formidable opponent.
Pretty big it was, beating the Arizona Rattlers 37-34, securing the Wranglers' first playoff appearance in their 2-year history. What a phenomenal game it was. And of course we had the bye week, so now we're getting ready for the Duke City Gladiators, which would be another huge game, JP, on Saturday at Pinnacle Bank Field at the Finley Toyota Center. The games only get bigger as we get closer to game 16 and we move on into the playoffs, folks.
As the guys told us last time on the program here, Ed, it's the biggest game on the schedule because it's the next game on the schedule, and that's the Duke City Gladiators this Saturday night. But before that, we're going to have a great show for you here this evening from the Colt Grill in Prescott Valley, Arizona. We'll be joined by head coach Les Moss. We've also got offensive star Jeremy Neal on with us, and defensive stalwart Ulric Jones is also going to join us here tonight.
He's become a fan favorite. He's been a fan favorite all season, but 2 consecutive shows we've got Ulric on, so that should be a lot of fun having 9-3 on.
I think Ulric's trying to slowly work his way into the hosting chair is what I'm thinking. And
he's well equipped for it. He's got that talent.
Yeah, he does indeed. So it's going to be a great time here tonight. Stay with us. We'll take a short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll welcome in head coach Les Moss of the Northern Arizona Wranglers, the 10-2 leading IFL Northern Arizona Wranglers. When we come back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup live from the Colt Grill here in Prescott Valley. Come on back.
Cool.
That's funny. Desert School's changed their name.
Yeah, now it's Desert Financial.
Alice Cooper! Wait, what are you doing here?
I'm telling everyone, school's out.
For summer?
Forever.
Whoa! Whoa!
Dude, put your card in.
You got a voice, Molly. Use it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone. They do so much for you. When they're out there all alone, there's something we can do. T-Mobile, look at these maps, they don't lie. And faster speeds nationwide. Let's do it for the phone.
Welcome back inside the Colt Grill here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona. The Wranglers Roundup on the air. We're pleased now to be joined by head coach Les Moss. Coach, how are you today? Pleased to have you on with us again and talk a little bit more Wranglers football here tonight.
It's great to be here as always.
Excellent. Very successful game last time we got together against the Arizona Rattlers, a hard-fought game. That game came down to the very end. Just give us a summary of the battle that night and the reaction after we found out that you hopped on a red-eye flight there and headed out of town back to Florida for the bye week. But just give us your overall thoughts really quickly on that matchup.
Well, it was a hard-fought, very physical game against 2 very good football teams, and it was a 60-minute game, and that's kind of what we were expecting. That's what we prepared for. Last week was really the first week, or 2 weeks ago, was the first week that I could say that we practiced all week, every single day, like a championship football team. And these guys have always worked hard, but the focus was there. The attention to detail was there all the way through, and they played like it. and they played against the championship team, and they were able to come out with a victory, and that's that's all you can ask for.
Coach, as we watch the highlights, it is all about execution when you're facing a 6-time world champion organization as the Arizona Rattlers. So when it came down to it, everybody stepped up. Offense, defense, special teams. We saw Meek Watkins with a couple great returns, and just everybody stepped up when they needed to step up because these guys knew what was on the line, a playoff berth, and at least cementing home field for now was up for grabs.
Yeah. I mean, obviously when you start the season, you want to make the playoffs, and then you want to win your conference or division. We're trying to win our conference. That's going to go down to the wire. We got a big game this week against Duke City that we need to win to keep pace with that with that goal of ours. But this team has won now 7 in a row.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
They've done a great job. We've fought through adversity. We've had injuries. We've lost receivers. We've had injuries in the secondary. But they just, nothing really phases them. They just keep on going, and they play full 60 minutes.
Coach, what does this do for you coming in your first season, and this team is on a major roll? We talked about 7 in a row, 10-2, a playoff berth. What does this do for you as a head coach? Does this really justify and what you were trying to do as far as the program that you were trying to build to see it actually come to fruition at least 12 games into the season?
Well, I mean, we still got a lot of football left to play. So, the goal at the beginning of the year was to win the championship. And that's still the goal. And but it's a one game at a time thing. We want to go 1-0 every week, and we've been able to do that now for the last 7 weeks. And we got a tough game this week. But there's sweeter fruit at the top of the tree. So far, it's just been low hanging stuff. So, but we got 4 more regular season games and then the playoffs. And the playoffs are finals. Those are all final exams. You either pass or you fail. So, but we got a lot of football left to go in the regular season first.
Well, speaking of a tough game this weekend, it is going to be a battle inside the FTC against those Duke City Gladiators. What do you know about this team this year? And what challenges do they pose to our ball club?
Well, Dello Davis is a great receiver. They don't have Nate Davis, but their quarterback is leading the league in passing. They throw the ball around a lot. They're a very physical team. They were last year. We played them twice last year. When I was the head coach at Iowa, they beat us in the playoffs last year. So a lot of the things that we do defensively now was because of what the challenges that Duke City presented to us and Coach Keefe last year, because he was the assistant head coach and defensive coordinator for us in Iowa last year. So we're familiar with them. They're not doing a lot of things a lot different than last year. They're a good team. They've lost some very, very close games all season long. And they're a very physical team. They're, like I said, they throw the ball around a lot. They like to score points, and this is going to be a tough battle.
And they're hungry, too. They've lost 2 in a row coming off the loss to the Rattlers, and they're still number 4, so they're fighting for a playoff spot. So, Coach, you're going to get their best effort.
Yeah, they're neck and neck with Las Vegas right now for that last playoff spot. So, they're fighting for their lives, and we're fighting to keep pace, to keep our edge. To stay at 10-2, we want to get to 11-2, and we want to secure home field throughout the playoffs. So that's the goal at this point.
Coach, final question for you here. When are you going to stop teasing me? The last couple of games, almost after every touchdown, I hear the referee come on the mic and give me a 53 is eligible. When are you going to send that big fella out on a little screen or maybe a little refrigerator Perry, line him up in the backfield and let him plow through there? Come on now. I've been meaning to ask you this for a couple of weeks.
Well, we do that on extra points just in case we have a bad snap or something, and those guys have to go out for a pass. But obviously we have fakes and things like that. We tried one earlier in the year. It was not successful. We don't like to run those kinds of plays and be unsuccessful at it. That's why we haven't tried another one. But
we still, you see the ticker there, Coach. We still got some games left.
We
so
still
all
got
hope
we
is
still
not
got
lost.
plenty.
That's right.
We'll probably pull it out this week.
Hey, make a note of that one right there. I can't wait to see it. But that's great stuff. Coach Les Moss here joining us on the program. His 10-2 Northern Arizona Wranglers will batter the Duke City Gladiators this Saturday night inside the Findlay Toyota Center. More Wranglers Roundup coming up next here from the Colt Grill in Prescott Valley. We'll be joined by Jeremy Neal, wide receiver extraordinaire for the Wranglers when we come back. Stay with us.
There's a little piece of magic in the heart of the Verde Valley, where adventure is encouraged. Whether you're whining and dining, rocking and rolling, or pushing and pulling, it's your adventure. Play however you choose.
Who's to say you don't have the skills to reach the top? Who's to say you don't have power?
This is how we do it. Run it up. This is how we do it for the top.
Who's to say you can't own the stage? Who's to say you can't put a team together? Who's to say who's best? The best ever? Or who will be in the future? And with this game-changing team to inspire us, who's to say what's possible for you? Pepsi, play to inspire.
We welcome you back inside the Colt Grill here in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup on the air. We're pleased now to be joined by wide receiver extraordinaire Jeremy Neal. Jeremy, thanks for coming on with us tonight. We've been looking forward to talking to you. How much fun are you having on this football team this year? Obviously, the success helps a lot with the fun factor, but just talk about the brotherhood and the bond that you guys have formed here on this football team.
Well, unfortunately, I started my career at Tucson.
Okay.
But I ended up here, and since I've been here, it's just been a blast because from the teammates to the coaches, it's like top to bottom the best.
So how did the move come from Tucson to you becoming a Northern Arizona Wrangler?
Well, once I got released, I mixed up my film and sent it out to every coach I could possibly think of, and I just ended up here, and I didn't look back. I'm just thankful to be here.
How much does the offensive line play a part in you guys' success? I mean, they've got to be there on every play, providing protection not only for the quarterback, but allowing you guys to run the correct route, get down the field, and make the plays.
Yeah, man, we got Mike Poe, we got Josh, we got Zach, then we got Jacoby. Like, they the best. That's all. I hang with O-linemen all the time.
I was about to say you guys are sitting there chopping it up and breaking bread, so that really helps you and your brothers kind of form that relationship, especially you coming here mid-season. It's going to take time for you guys to bond and get to know each other and gel.
Yeah, coming mid-season, it's some things I still have to get better at. It's some things I still have to know within the offense, and everything just playing out itself. The best part was playing in Tucson again. The 2 times I played against them, it just was just a moment match, just matches it. I just can't explain this feeling because
there's that little bit of revenge factor there. Obviously, that you were in Tucson before, that that you have a new team that took a chance on you. Said, "Hey, listen, we want you to come be a part of our club. We think that you can help us out." And then you come down and you ball out in Pima County down there in Tucson. That had to feel good, right?
Oh yeah, it felt real good. It felt really good because just we was on our own 7-yard line, then we caught a pass, then we kicked the field goal to win a game. That just, man, bro. I just can't explain myself right now because it really felt like a movie. It really felt like a movie right now because everything going well. Like even from everybody help each other. We all rookies. We all young for the most part. So everything just cool.
When you look at the offense that offensive coordinator Rod Windsor runs, is it unlike any other offense that you played with or played in?
No, not really, because we can do everything good, well, everybody from top to bottom, even the guys that don't play every week, like everybody can play on this roster. Everybody can start on this roster. Everybody help each other on this roster. So that's like the best part about playing here because we going up, man. See us in Vegas.
I like the sound of that.
But,
I like the sound of that.
But week by week, we just got to go 1-0 week by week, and that's what we're doing. Like no matter who the opponent, it's just us versus us.
Well, it's been huge that this team has been able to play the season like they have, Ed, and not overlook opponents coming up. We talked to Coach Moss just a few minutes ago. The next game on the schedule is Duke City. We really can't think about much more than that, and that's the way you have to approach it here, especially at this level, if you want to continue the success that this team has had.
Yeah, because Duke City is a good passing team. They probably number one the last couple of years. You can't sleep on Duke City. Duke City they have nice receivers, a nice quarterback, and they have a solid defense.
But luckily for us, right, we got the number one defense in the IFL. So, and a big guy like 93, who's going to be joining us here in a little bit, who can wreak some havoc there in the middle.
Yeah, we go against the defense every day. It's revenge factor every day. He be talking. You're talking smack at practice, but when it come game time, it's like it's not compared to our defense, like not at all.
It is something to go up against the number one defense in the league, like you said, on a daily basis, because that can only make you guys better knowing you're going up against the cream of the crop as far as defenses go in this league.
Oh yeah, cream of the crop, man. It's just from everybody, from the D line to the linebackers to the DBs. Like, we have probably the most physical DBs we play against. That's why, like, some DBs, like Tucson DBs was physical, but we adjust very well during the game. Like, it's like I said, it's still some stuff we got to learn as an offense, as a receiver, as a quarterbacks, running backs, but we coming along real good.
Tell me a little bit about your football past. When did you kind of fall in love with the game, and when was that moment when you said, "Hey, this is something I might want to do with my life. I might want to make this a profession for myself if I can make it to that level"?
Well, I started off at Bacone College in Oklahoma. Then before my senior year, it shut down, like the football program. So I transferred to Langston. I was thankful enough to win a conference championship there. And I went to the spring league. I played in the spring league for like 2 years, and then I'm here now. And I don't look much further than where I'm at that moment. I handle business where I'm at that moment. And if something happened down the line, then it happened. But right now, I'm all in right here.
Well, coaches can see that, especially coaches at the next level. They can say, "Hey, this guy's locked in. He's all about the business at hand right now." And that's the kind of thing that they want to see. They want to know that the guy is all in for a team, and that's how you get noticed at that next level.
Yeah, man, just all in. Just man, we just got to get ready for practice tomorrow and get ready for Duke City, because we got to, every game is a must-win game for us, because 1-15 last year to 10-2 now. We just can't get too comfortable, but we got to still work every day like we 1-15.
Of course. And Jeremy, just looking at your social media, you're all about, you believe in yourself. You've got to believe that you belong here for a reason. You have greater things that are ahead of you. So just talk about the belief system that you have in yourself. And I'm sure your family has had a huge part of you being where you are and the success you've had. Talk about your family. Give them some love as well.
Shout out my mom. Shout out my twin brother, Josh, and my little brother, Jaden, Jacoby. But just believing in myself, just, if not me, who else? Like, if I don't put my film out there on social media, I get kind of raped. Oh, you showing out? No, I'm putting myself out there because I don't have like agents or anything. So I'm just my own agent right now. So obviously I'm doing something right. You know what I mean?
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because it's a fine line between self-promotion and, like you say, if you don't have an agent or someone like that can do things for you while you are, like you said, handling business at practice, going out there and catching balls in the games, catching touchdown passes, you gotta toot your own horn sometimes. That's just the way it is.
I mean, yeah, you can. Sometimes I get down on myself and I'm like, how did I end up here? And I look at my social media and I'm like, dang, I really came a long way. But like I said, I can't stop. That's my only thing. I can't stop. If you give up, it'll never happen. Like,
absolutely right. Any pregame rituals before we let you go here? Anything that gets you hyped up, or is anything like, hey, I gotta, I'm a whatever?
Pregame ritual, I really like to be calm before the game, because I don't really like to let out too much energy. I'm already ADHD, I can lose energy fast, so I just stay calm and collect before the game, because y'all know, like last game they busted out with the first play of the game, kickoff.
Oh yeah,
but
we
gotta
know.
be calm.
We remember that.
Be calm, even kill every situation. So that's how I come about every game.
So, in your playlist, what you got, AirPods or whatever you got? What do you got blasting? What do you
I
get
actually don't listen to music.
Really?
Yeah. In college, I left my headphones, and then since then, I never I just feel the vibes of the game.
You just listen to the atmosphere and then people coming in, and
Big 93 be having the music booming in the
with him
room.
You don't need to really bring your own music, do you, Ed?
Yep.
You just kind of show up and he's already provided that music. He's kind of the team DJ. Who's the best dancer on the team?
Best dancer, Izzy.
Izzy?
Izzy.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know if he's here tonight, but he's
Oh,
got a little bit of
Artist.
wiggle. That's for
It's
sure.
out of Izzy and Artist. They both can dance.
Artist
Yeah.
too, as
Okay.
big as he is.
Yeah, Artist can dance. Yeah, Artist.
All right.
Watch him after a tackle or a sack. He'll be dancing.
All right. I like
Oh,
it.
by the way, the league's sack leader,
Oh,
Jaquan Artist.
Jaquan Artist, number 9.
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
Number
I'm
9
familiar
has
with
9
him.
sacks. So
9 for 9 right there.
that's right.
Wide receiver Jeremy Neal joining us here on the program tonight. Thank you so much for taking the time. We appreciate
No
it
problem.
very much. Continued success. We
Thank
look
you, sir.
forward to you balling out once again this Saturday night in the Findlay Toyota Center. 6:05 kickoff against the Duke City Gladiators. We'll be online 5:45 p.m. for the pregame. Stay with us here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. One more guest coming your way. That's Big 9-3 Ulric Jones, former South Carolina Gamecock, right after this. Stay with us.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tall every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
You got a voice, Molly. Use it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone. They do so much for you. When they're out there all alone, there's something we can do. T-Mobile, look at these maps, they don't lie. And faster speeds nationwide. Let's do it for the phone.
If you're struggling to pay your energy bill or know someone who is, we're here to help. Find APS bill assistance programs to reduce your monthly payment or help pay down the bill. Short-term relief like crisis bill assistance can help during a rough patch, while our energy support program can reduce your bill every month. Explore all your assistance options and see if you qualify at aps.com/here to help.
Welcome back inside the Colt Grill here in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup on the air. Ed, we got Big 9-3 with us now. Mr. Ulric Jones joining us, a member of the #1 defense in the IFL. Ulric, how are you, my friend? We had you on a few weeks ago. You guys just keep on balling out. How is it?
It's great. I told you this was going to happen last week.
You did.
I told you what we was going to do. I told you what we was capable of.
How much does it mean when you have that kind of confidence? How are you able to translate that confidence that you have, that you told us about? You said, I know these, I've been practicing with these guys. I know what they're capable of. I know what we're going to be able to do together. How are you able to translate that confidence and then put it out there on the football field?
Well, whenever you go on to war and you know how strong your soldiers are, you know what everybody's capable of, you know who's going to lean on who, you know who's going to pull through in certain situations. So, I just take the time to get to know these guys personally, and I got a good feeling about everybody we got.
Ulric, when you guys are sitting around, do you game plan, you and your brothers, and you take stuff to defensive coordinator Rob Keefe and suggest different plays that you guys should run from a defensive standpoint?
Oh yeah, all the time. But you know how that I can go with Coach Keefe. Coach Keefe's a million miles an hour, so that's something
you would know about.
Yeah, but it's we bring stuff to him all the time, and a lot of the times we do make adjustments on the fly. We make adjustments in the game. We bring up suggestions. Hey, coach, look, this may work in this situation, and he, okay, cool, let's try it. So
I'm just enjoying watching the highlights right here. Ed, go
Right.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Ulric, you can take this over. You can commentate your own plays. This is fascinating to see you guys play defense.
How much, I don't have to ask you how much fun you have out there. I can see it. You are always the guy getting the crowd going. It could be 35, 40 minutes before kickoff. We're still plugging headsets in up in the booth, and you've already got people down there spilling drinks and spilling nachos all over themselves before the crowd even lets in the door.
So one thing I always pride myself on is, I've always accepted the fact that I'm never going to be the most talented person on the field. But as in, I take notes before every game. So something that sticks out about me, I want to separate myself by being the toughest person on the field and the most energetic person on the field. And if you're tough and you play with excitement, the talent will take care of itself.
And the thing about that attitude, Ulric, and the way you conduct yourself, of course, it's got to be infectious. It's got to go across the defensive line, the linebacker, and your 4 defensive backs. It's got to be able to spread through this football team. The feeling that you have in the way you attack your game, the way and your brothers attack it as well.
Oh yeah, remember last time I was on here, I was speaking on juice, and now I'm pouring everybody glasses. Everybody getting it. Everybody.
Everybody's getting a little taste.
Everybody
right?
getting it.
That's right.
Hey, I know we talked last time about that goose egg, that shutout, that thing that you guys are shooting for.
Yeah.
How often does that come up?
Every day and every week. And honestly, if we want to have some self-inflicted wounds, we would have shut the Rattlers out.
That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
They got what, 14, 20 points on offense, and they're the number 1 offense in the league supposedly. We have some self-inflicted wounds. We take away those wounds, they don't score.
Very true.
Absolutely. Wow. Just making it plain. I love hearing it from the player's perspective. Ulric just breaks it down.
Well, it is what it is, right? Football is never going to change. It's a game of blocking and tackling.
Right.
And the team that does that the best throughout the entire 60 minutes usually comes out on top.
Right. And I want to do it the most violent way possible. That's just how it is. I mean, I told y'all last time I came up here being, real humble and real respectful to all the teams and organizations around the league. But to do something like we've done in 1 year, to go from 1-15 to 10-2 for the number 1 team in the Western, the number 2 team in the league, and nobody gives us respect, at some point in time, something's got to give.
When do you think that respect comes, Ulric? Do you think that respect comes when if you make it to Henderson, Nevada, and hoist that trophy? Is that what it takes, or once the team makes the playoffs? I mean, you can't ever be satisfied, right? You can't say, okay, we got our respect now. We were on 10 now. We turn it back to 6 or 7 now. We're cruising.
Truth be told, I feel like we're so good this year that everybody's still gonna have an excuse on why. Oh, the Wranglers shouldn't be this or Wranglers shouldn't be that. So honestly, I don't care when the respect comes. I just know when we line up on Saturday, you'll have to respect us between the lines.
You won't give them a choice.
No.
I like
not
it.
at all.
Absolutely.
I like
it. I know you're not all about accolades. You're about the brotherhood and about the team first, but we got to ask you about what did it feel for you when you got the word that you got Defensive Player of the Week for your efforts and what you did against the Rattlers? How did that make you feel to know that the league did recognize you and gave you that distinction?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say I thank everybody who lined up on that turf with me Saturday, because there were certain situations where I myself felt like I was too tired to go. I was frustrated at this point. So it took all of those guys around me to help me fight through it. So I don't get this award if it's not for the people who I got beside me and behind me. So regardless of whatever award I got, I'm blessed to have it. But then again, at the end of the day, I got to have respect for these 2 guys and these guys behind me, because they are the people who helped me get it.
It's the ultimate team game, and really good players, Ed, understand that, and they understand that it's not done by yourself. It's
Right.
far from done by yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hey, I just want to say, man,
please go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where's my drum roll? Here we go.
Hey, we got something
Put 'em on
special.
notice.
We got something special going on here, and I can joke a lot and I can be serious a lot, but on a serious note, from what this team has done in 1 year, from the progress we've made in 1 year, I believe there should be people out there who now has Northern Arizona Wranglers in their conversation.
Oh, don't worry, they're out there. They may not say it, they may not talk about it, they might not post about it, but they're out there, and the proof is in the pudding. You guys put the work on the field, and you put the film out every week, and there's no denying it. I mean, the record speaks for itself, 10-2. You talk about the first game of the season,
Right.
New coach, new program, new system, new players, new everything.
New culture, new everything.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's going to be expected almost, especially in the first game. But
you hear what you just said? You said new culture?
Yes, sir.
If you go back and check my interview before I even came here, the first thing I said was the first thing that I plan to do as a leader is change the culture of this program. And look at us now.
That's exactly what has been done here.
Absolutely.
In Valley, Arizona.
So we got another tough one on Saturday. Duke City's coming in. They're fighting for their playoff lives. What do you see from the Gladiators? They've got a strong offense, just like the Rattlers and every other offense that we played. That's been really good.
Yeah, I respect everybody, but like I said, come Saturday, we got to line it up. you gotta prove to me that you're playoff worthy. You gotta prove to me that you're capable of beating us, and you gotta prove to me that you're tougher than me. And nobody's gonna line up in front of me and prove that they're tougher than me. So that leaves only one thing to choose. And then that goes to show I got people behind me and beside me just to back you up. Just to back me up on it.
I like it. Ulric, one last question. Tell me about your bye week. What did you do? Did you get away? Did you stay here in Prescott Valley? Just tell me what went on there. Any time to just kind of decompress a little bit?
Yeah, man. I was in the bye week. I was just here working out, playing a game, chilling. And then, my lady came in late this week. So bye week is a bye week. Watch film, decompress a little bit, but then again, I really didn't take too much time away from it because I was still watching film every day. So
we were talking with Coach Moss off the air before we began tonight, and there's really no such thing as a bye week. He said that's my busy week. In the bye week, then I can self scout. We can go back and look at stuff and make some final tweaks on things, and really kind of dive into some housekeeping stuff without having to worry about an opponent, necessarily that week. So I can imagine a lot of moving parts during the bye week.
Right. Yeah. Adjustments got to be made. There may be new faces, there may be less faces, but at the end of the game, like Coach Keefe has preached to us all day, this is professional football. So all of those things happen every day. So we're just prepared for it, and we're ready to keep the ball rolling.
That's right. It's all about the practice and the execution on game day, right?
Right.
How does the film watching sessions go? Do you guys get together and watch film together, or is that all done at the facility at the FTC? Or just kind of give me a little insight on that for a minute.
Yeah, so we watch defensive film as a unit, and then sometimes we'll break up as in defensive backs, go watch, coverages and what they got, and then we'll go watch the fronts and the defensive line of things. So it's kind of half and half. Sometimes we'll watch it all together. Sometimes we'll watch it separate. But I will say with this coaching staff, one thing we are going to get in is the film, and we watch a lot of film, which is why we're so prepared. And we do a lot of things during the week in practice. Coach Keefe, we run 1 million cards every single day, so we're prepared for every single situation you can put us through. Just like this morning, I pointed out in meetings, they done the double reverse and they try to do a pass play, and that was a play that we worked on almost a month ago. So it was something we've already seen. It just goes to show how detailed Coach Keefe and his staff is on having us prepared on what we need to do.
The experience with this coaching staff is almost unprecedented, Ed, and you can see it's all about the little details. Football, you think is about all these big things, and it's about a lot of big things, but it's really about a lot of little things, especially when it comes to the actual game, feet and inches and yards and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it's those little things that make a difference between a really good team and a great team.
Right. And we're trying to push that caliber to become a great team. Job's not finished, like Kobe said. We just keep it pushing.
Got to keep the train rolling. Defensive lineman Ulric Jones joining us here on the program. Thank you so much, my friend. Always good to visit with you.
Yes, sir.
Continue success. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday night inside the FTC. And we'll come back here to the Colt Grill and wrap up another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup right after this.
Obviously, we got termites.
Well, the first thing is, you got to know what they're biting on.
Whoa, yeah.
This aged birchwood is perfect for the big ones this time of year.
Oh.
They gobble it up like a candy bar.
Nice.
What's going on?
What?
I told you to hire a pro.
I did get a pro.
An Orkin pro.
I got this.
Got termites? Don't call any pro. Call the Orkin Pro. With over 120 years of experience, nobody's better. Orkin, the best in pests.
You're still paying me for this.
Nope, just relax.
And that's cut. We are clear.
Come on, Playmaker. Why you always got to be so awkward on camera? I would say you make me look bad, but we both know that is entirely impossible.
It was possible back in the day on the football field, that's for sure.
You got to be losing your mind. Somebody roll back these tapes, man. Can somebody get this man some water? He ain't feeling well. Please, somebody.
We'll all feel better when you stop all that trash talk.
Dog, are you serious? Look like you needed some real trash talk. See, this ain't trash. This is recycling, which means it goes in the recycling bin. Schooling you again, Playmaker, as usual.
The only thing you ever schooled me on was how to get away with bad calls. That was embarrassing.
Not as embarrassing as you putting recyclables in the trash can.
When did we start talking about your touchdown dance? That was embarrassing.
You've gone too far. Look like old days. Boy, you know I love you. Know the difference? Make a difference. Be a team player and recycle. Visit PepsiTrashTalk.com to learn more.
We welcome you back inside the Colt Grill here in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Ed, another great edition of the show. We had Ulric Jones, Jeremy Neal joining us, Coach Moss. This team just continues their winning ways. They got another tough game coming up this Saturday night against Duke City, and they just got to take this thing one game at a time and just keep chipping away at that championship stone, if you will.
Yeah, JP, folks, I just love how this team is so locked in and they're laser focused on what they have to do. Yeah, 10-2 is great. But as Coach Moss and Jeremy and Ulric said, there's still work to do. There's still 4 more games of football before the playoffs can even be thought about. So the first things first, continue to have a great week of practice, have some really great practices, and then come Saturday, Duke City's coming in. They're a hungry team. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They want to keep pace in this playoff hunt, JP, because they're number 4. Only 4 teams in the conference get in, so they'd love to make that second season. They would love to come in here and upset the Wranglers.
Oh, they would love nothing more than that. We haven't seen the Duke City Gladiators this season yet, so we got quite a challenge coming up this week, and then we see them again for the final game of the regular season a few weeks down the road. So we'll see about that, beating a team twice and all that kind of thing that they talk about when you play someone more than once during the season. But a big challenge on tap. These guys will get back to work tomorrow, and then they will put their wares on display this Saturday night inside the Findlay Toyota Center. 6:05 kickoff. We'll be on the air on the Indoor Football League digital network at 5:45 p.m. from the FTC with our pregame show. Thanks for joining us this evening. For my partner, Ed Cole, I'm James Poovey saying so long. Have a great night, and go Wranglers.
Go Wranglers. See you Saturday.